All right. First and foremost, we like to give all praise to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shah.
Yahushai.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam who's pushing this truth in four corners of the round earth. I'm Brother Kodar,
Zatazawam.
and we're from the Dallas GMS camp. And we like to, bring, the Akyam and select number of Akwat out there, some edification, on how our people are going to be punished for the doctrine that they've pretty much accepted, man. These philosophies and the incorrect teachings, man, of these pretty much of what the Esau has forced down our throats, man. From the time of slavery and even back further, because our people always turned away from our power. So that's why we in the condition we in as well. And that's why we getting punished like we getting punished.
And plus, because even on a spiritual note, man, a lot of you still have your faith and trust in Egypt.
Yeah, that's right.
In this bondage.
That's right.
That you can't even believe that there's an actual power out there.
That's right.
A lot of you really don't know what to do with yourselves anymore. So a lot of you are pretty much doing this in total emptiness. Like you're doing it for some type of personal glory. You want to be noticed, or you're trying to hustle your people, anything.
That's right.
A lot of our people, man, you're more of a snake than Esau is now.
That's right. That's right, brother.
We want to start off with this first scripture here in Matthew's chapter 15, verse 8. It says here that this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. You got a lot of our people, man, who really just know how to talk.
Yeah.
It sounds smooth out there, because when the apostles and elders first came on the scene, were really putting this truth out there on YouTube and everything, man, this truth was coming out real heavy like a flood.
That's right.
Then you had a lot of other Israelite groups just popping up out of nowhere, just trying to get some type of personal gain out of this.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, that's one thing, and they really not doing this in the name of the Most High. And proof of that is a lot of them who are trying to do things like you're trying to join together with the conscious community. You're trying to bring the community back together when that's not the goal of what Yahweh Shai has in play right now.
That's right.
The goal that the Lord has in play right now is for this kingdom to fall.
That's right.
We're supposed to be prophesying about the downfall of this kingdom, not for us to prosper and continue on in it.
That's right, brother.
Then in verse 9 it says here, but in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. A lot of you doing this in total emptiness, because that's what the word vain means.
That's right.
A lot of you claim that y'all in this for the Lord, man. This is the truth. You know everything. You sound intelligent. Everything sounds smooth, but yet a lot of you are trying to gain something out of this on a personal note.
That's right.
You're trying to be famous. You're trying to bring just the black community together, because that's a big heavy thing a lot of you are on and confused with when you're dealing with communities such as the black conscious community.
That's right. And what's jacked up? You leaving out the northern tribes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That affects them. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's a part of the curses, and you've come into the truth, man, we gotta keep in mind, hey, them brothers and sisters are inclusive, and I say that because it's a lot of the northern kingdom that's waking up too, man.
Because see, here's the thing that you guys, I've heard a lot of you conscious niggas do too, man. Even though you may even mention the northern kingdom, but yet the confusion that you're throwing in there is that word black.
Yeah.
Everybody comes from one.
Yeah, everybody comes from the black man and
the black man. You guys are all worried about this thing of color.
Now, granted, if I can say this, the scriptures do say everybody does come from the waters of Judah, and we get that. But at the same token, those so-called Puerto Ricans and so-called Mexicans and Uruguayans, Colombians, Dominicans, um, Mexicans. If I haven't somebody have a name, Chile, Jake from
Chileans,
Chileans, the Cubans,
Panama, all that stuff.
Panamanians. Those are Israelites, man.
They come from Jacob. They don't come from Judah, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to make that clear.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They all come from Jacob, which is known as Israel.
that's right.
You know, these are the things that you guys constantly don't. I don't never hear any of you mention that.
That's right.
You know, when you're amongst your people, claiming that you're even trying to bring bring this community together or
That's
trying
right.
to prosper
That's right, man.
in a positive manner. That's not positive at all.
That's right. Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of you are going to pay for that, man.
That's right.
You know, and the Lord is seeing it all.
That's right.
You know, and I want to bring this out with the next scripture to make that point. This is Sirach chapter 23, starting at verse 19. Such a man only feareth the. Oh no, let me take it up a little bit. Let's start in verse 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? So a lot of you are truly saying, man, I have no need to fear the Lord because something is not happening to some of you.
Yeah.
But we've given many testimony of brothers who are no longer with us or who have been severely damaged spiritually, mentally, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We've been bringing it out left and right, man, with our own personal testimonies.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord sees it all, man. And don't y'all understand, man, that the angels who are watching over us are reporting that back to the Lord. They record every bit of this.
The Lord, if I can say this, a personal testimony. Me and a brother was coming home early this morning, and the angels looked out for us through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai. You know, and I say that because it was a somewhat backup of traffic, and myself and another brother who was in the truth got end up in a car wreck, man, unscathed. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahshai.
Call Allah Yahweh Yahshai.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful point, because the Most High remembers that, bro. The angels give report to the Most High. The Most High's eyes what are upon the sinful kingdom.
God. And sometimes, man, we go through these trials and tribulations. You know, that's the Lord checking us a lot of times too.
That's right.
You know, just like when we are constantly going over these stories of people like Job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And having these illnesses, people abandoning him, and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the end of the day, he came out on top.
Yeah. That's
You know?
real talk.
Because he called on the name of the Lord, not in vain, not just talking. His works showed otherwise.
That's right. You go hard for Yahweh Shem Yahshai, he'll go hard for you.
Con. Continuing on.
Yeah, if I can say this,
Okay.
but a lot of our people go hard for Jesus, so Jesus is gonna go hard for you, but on the left hand side. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
People go hard for Jesus, and you read up on Caesar Borgia, bro. You gonna reap Caesar Borgia's rewards, man. Just all just on the left side, man. Ain't nobody, you ain't thinking about Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You thinking about that white boy with that long hair in your grandmother's house, and then some of y'all that still have it in your home. You know what I'm saying? That's a curse unto us, man. These other gospels, man, that's been our downfall. So like it.
Con, now it's on point, man. You know, this is what our people like to continuously argue and do, and you're just not getting the point that this kingdom has to go.
Con.
This is what we're supposed to be preaching about, man. The downfall of this kingdom.
Con.
You know, our people don't want to do that. They still want to go back to Egypt.
Yeah.
Even those of you who say you're Israelites.
Con.
You know, we already get on these wacky tacky Christians because they only preach one side of it.
That's right, brother.
You know, forgiving of getting murdered and getting slaughtered and all this other chaos.
That's right.
You know,
That's right, brother.
But for a lot of you Israelite groups out there that just think is just we need to prosper somehow still in this wicked kingdom, man, you are sadly mistaken.
That's right.
The Lord is seeing everything that we're doing.
That's right, brother.
So continuing on, it says here, in verse 18, it says, the Most High will not remember my sins.
Mm.
That's our people who remain in denial of that, man. You just think the Lord ain't going to do nothing to you.
That's right.
Verse 19, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right.
You know, just proving that point that the Lord sees everything.
That's right.
This is why y'all gonna continue this. We're not gonna make it up out of here, depending on you weak idiots out there, man. There are part of these other Israelite groups.
That's right.
That still want to thrive with other groups out there that have nothing to do with the downfall of this place. A lot of them are just trying to find their place in this wicked kingdom.
That's right.
And continuing on and just thinking they're going to keep marching and just so-called playing their role when they're doing things like going on YouTube and standing out there marching and all that type of stuff. No,
That's right.
that stuff is over. It's already been proven that it's not going to happen. How many times how many subjects can we bring up? The constant things that our people will reminisce about is things like Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Florida.
Okay.
You know, our people had land. You know, our people got suckered out of land left and right.
That's right. And our people still got that heavy zeal, man. Even though our people bugged out. You know what I'm saying? You tell them situation, man, just thank the Lord, bro. Hey, man, God is good. Bro, those are the lost 12 tribes of Israel, bro. And like you said, that's a misrepresentation of Yashala when you got all these groups intermingling with that black power BS. And then you got the Old Testament, Jay. You know what I'm saying? And then you just got the people, well, like, bro, look, man, like the elder Yashwamba said, man. Look, man, let's come to a solution. The solution is getting into this book, these breakdowns, okay, and it's being in order.
And warning our people that this place is going down. That's why I'm going to keep saying that, man, as we're doing this lesson.
Yeah.
You know, this place has got to go, man.
Yeah. Because
we cannot continue on here talking about the stupid politics and the controversies that's going on. We already know our people are still dying.
That's right.
But it's the doctrine that you guys are intermingling with being an Israelite and all this other stuff. It messes you up.
And this is to guys who are saying all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. This is good, bro. Y'all preaching another Yahweh.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You might as well be out there preaching Christianity if you want to be technical.
Yeah.
If you're not going to teach this truth 100%, you might as well still be out there teaching Christianity.
Yeah. You got to do a new breakdown every week, bro. That's not how the game go, bro. You stick to the script. Like, for example, your successful teams. The Patriots. Bro, Bill Belichick keeps the same script. You know what I'm saying? For years of your most successful things, you do the same. You don't become complacent, but you become to where it's spiritually repetitious. You got to do this. You got to do that.
That's right.
You know.
And now, in a sense, a lot of you are comfortable where you're at. You know, and you refuse to make other moves too.
That's right.
You know, y'all just think that, like for instance, like you'll tell a lie about the apostles and them what they teach as far as rape doctrine.
That's right.
You're teaching that falsely. Now, you know, not one time have y'all been able to prove that any of the apostles or elders have been locked up, but yet you'll see live on television where people are getting locked up left and right for this adultery and rape and all this other type of stuff.
Yeah. When the apostles is walking around free as birds, we visiting them, they visiting us. You know, when did all this occur?
You know, and you guys sound, that goes to show just how crazy you guys sound, man.
That's right.
The Lord is remembering all of this that you guys are saying and doing.
That's right, brother.
So I'm going to start at verse 19 again. It says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. Because a lot of you claim to be on the righteous side of things, man, but behind closed doors, a lot of you are just still niggas. Y'all still worried about selling stuff, oils, t-shirts, all this craziness, man.
God.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it just sounds like a simple repeat to me of the same thing that the Muslims do.
Yeah.
And when they were selling bean pies, selling their little newspapers and stuff like that, it's all a repeat all over again. I am so done with all of that, man.
Yeah, because that's a perfect example. Because the church house and what? Then the Muslims. Now, not trying to get them slack or the upper hand, but Jake, even in the world, and you got brothers in style. Like just if you're an Israelite, you have style, you have flavor. We're
There's nothing wrong with that, yeah.
But like you said, in the eyes of men, they fear the eyes of men. So everybody clean, everybody fresh. Oh, but I'm gonna have smooth words. That's the problem. Like you going into
Our people are more worried about an image from a worldly point of view.
Yeah.
Not how you look in front of the Lord. That's why when it mentions Adam being naked, you're missing the whole point of that, man. The man literally just started disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
So he was without truth.
That's right. Continuing on in verse 20, he says, he knew all things are ever they were created, so also they were perfected. He looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he is suspected not, he shall be taken. So a lot of you, man, listen, I know a lot of you sit here and think that somehow you're going to escape. You're going to escape your punishments of even some of the slick stuff that you've done. The Lord is going to catch you out there. Once again, it's going to come like in the tell you in the scriptures, it's going to come like a thief in the night. A lot of you not ready for that. A lot of you think you got something against the apostles and elders that now all of a sudden a lot of you are so messed up that you're coming out with your own doctrine now.
That's right.
A lot of you are just continuously trying to make your point to make yourself look good, or after a while some of you fade away for a minute, then try to pop back up. A lot of brothers was making good points last night in their videos that they were doing, and the sit down that we were all doing.
That's right.
In the sit down that we were doing, man, a lot of you want to try to go back 250 videos and try to find some type of flaw.
Yeah, that's right.
The elders, man, the apostles and elders, man, they're not making mistakes, bro.
Yeah.
We still here standing strong at the end of the day.
That's right.
Because we're doing this thing in truth and in sincerity.
That's right, brother.
Giving you 100% truth. Telling you who our people are, constantly reminding the Northern Kingdom who they are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then even letting them know right now, y'all the ones suffering the most, because look what's going on in places like Puerto Rico. What's the other place where people?
Mexico.
Venezuela.
Yeah. They're like, man, they are practically bankrupt, man. They said they usually be a day away from bankruptcy until the U.S. has to step in and some BS sanctions and stipulations for them to even get help.
And you don't hear none of these other Israelite groups mention any of these stuff. Because I tell you right now, man, mention places like Haiti and stuff like that, man. Them people, man, listen, they don't even bring this stuff up on the news anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
None of this stuff is coming up. There's so many distractions. Right now, the biggest distraction of all for a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans is these dang on holidays.
That's right. Thanksgiving.
Y'all ain't thinking about the suffering of your people, man.
I'm quick to say, I'm part Indian, this and that. A lot of you, Jake, man, it's a decent percentage of y'all who probably are from the northern tribe, man, and celebrating your downfall. And just like the Southern Kingdom, why in the hell you gonna celebrate Juneteenth, bro? That mocks you for finding out that you found out you were free years later after y'all been free. You know, that's like, how simple is that? It's Juneteenth. Oh, I found out I'm free years later.
And then some of you still don't even get the lingo of how these devils operate.
Yeah.
The wording they use. That's why I read out of that book, man, The American Holocaust, and what happened to the Northern Kingdom. Judah, because it says Africa in there, but that was the southern tribe of Judah, man, telling them, hey, listen, all you got to do is take them over here to another land. They'll give in real easy.
That's right.
You know, teach them another language, give them their rights in another language to where they won't even respond.
That's right.
Understand things. And proof of that, furthermore, is showing how we're at the bottom, because they do that in court. Another brother made a good point of all that stuff.
That's right. What's the next one? Okay. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh, to what end is that for you? And yeah, so what end is that for you, man? For you so-called Christians out there, which are Hebrew Israelites, but you haven't, and a lot of y'all starting to know, because a lot of people are leaving the church house. But for those who like, y'all make some good points, but I'm still go to church, bro. The Lord gonna deal with y'all. And
just to make that clear, we talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Not you so-called white people or any other nation of people that's into Christianity.
Yep, that's right. Because the visitation, man, is gonna be the truth. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me reread that. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And Salakia, I believe that's talking about what, Yahushua? Yes, Salakia. I said Yahweh, Salakia. So look, man, when Yahushua come back, it's not gonna be games, man. It's dark. You said you see in the scripture says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So it's not gonna be a good time. It's first and foremost, you the ones who said kill him when he was brought before Jake and the Romans, man. You know what I'm saying? You were for Yahweh being smite, man, and being killed, man. But guess what? He did it for the 1/3, and overall, it was crazy. He did it for the whole nation of Israel.
That's right. That's right, and that's the part you guys are not understanding. Like we telling you, he said that even Yahweh said himself, he gonna visit the men that pierced him.
That's right.
But no, according to the Christianity doctrine, everyone goes to hell.
That's right.
He didn't tell you he forgave those men that pierced him.
That's right.
He's telling you he gonna see them. They gonna have to see him face to face too.
That's right. That's real spill.
That right there alone cuts that Christianity doctrine of hell.
That's right.
And then there's reincarnation in there.
That's right, brother.
This is the things that you guys don't want to talk about.
That's right.
These are the things that we keep bringing out all the time, but yet you will never have an answer for us.
Yep.
You just want to keep scoffing and all that good stuff. That's why we're going to keep warning you and letting you know it's coming.
That's right.
Oh, it's coming.
That's right, bro.
Do you know how Apollo says it's time to go to school?
Yeah, for real.
And Rocky, I just thought of Rocky just now. He's like, it's time to go to school because a lot of you are such idiots, man. You're so dumbed down. Now, man, you just don't want to listen to nothing anymore.
At all, man. That is real spill, brother.
So when they tell you the Lord is darkness and not light, that's not a good thing.
Yeah. Yahweh is not, the Most High is not sending Yahweh to come back to play games and hand roses out and candies. Okay? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. Break it down.
Go ahead.
For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
Man, our people are with that spirit all day long. Yeah. That spirit, that vibe with you, what is good news to you. You guys love this white man with long blonde hair, you know, who has the blue eyes and who comes to give hugs all day and accepts everything. Yeah.
And
the homosexuality, you guys accept people getting coming to kill your folks and saying you forgive them.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's like man, when people speak examples of wars, if people like what's to say, well, hypothetically speaking, a war is to pop off, man, these people ain't built for that, man. That's why it's beautiful when the Most High gonna cause all this chaos, man. A lot of people gonna get put on the spot, and what I mean by that, we're gonna see what you made of, man. Cause you got a lot of people talking all this BS, it's and that, man. But when the Lord calls derision and all this and that, man, you gonna see, man, and you gonna see where your blonde-headed Jesus get you, man. A lot of our people, 2/3 of our people, gonna be destroyed for putting him up on a pedestal and not praising Yahweh Shah Mashiach and praising Yahweh, man. Okay, which if they were in a society, if the Lord and Savior was in a society today, he'd be a so-called Negro, man. But it makes sense though. You see how Jake kisses the white man's ass, Esau's ass in this society.
That's right.
And shits on their own people. So it only makes sense. But the Lord's gonna make sense of it.
And a lot of you still believe that these people over in Israel today are the Israelites, but they don't even call themselves that.
Yeah,
they call themselves Israelis. They call themselves Jewish. Yeah. We ask the most basic questions to prove that they're not the Israelites according to Revelation, where it tells you that the Lord is going to punish those people who lie and say that they're the Jews. Right? The most simple question I can come up with is, when did these people lose their identity? According to Deuteronomy chapter 28, when did they not know that they were not Israelites?
Yeah. And what the hell is up with the curls on the side of the heads, you know, the big ass hats, the big ass black blazers, and the white shit? Like, bro, and y'all always from the tribe of what? Judah? What they say, Yehudi or Levi?
Yeah,
Levi, and
you know, you don't actually read out of the Old Testament, so to speak, and you only read out of the book of Talmud.
That's right.
You know, some brothers just showed a video of them, what they do to young boys after they are circumcised. Ugh. That is the most gross
disgusting thing ever.
Man, come on, man. Our people should be. Our people can't even get outraged or even bring that type of stuff up.
Yeah, but outraged because we got Caesar Borgia out there on the highways and byways with horns. Because that's what he was. You know, he's a damn devil, man. We just put those horns out there for a little glam and glitz just to get, through the spirit, get your attention. Because it always draws people's attention. Why you put the horns on there? Well, look, if it's a so-called devil walking around, he exists, okay? And it comes from the seed of Esau, man. So that's why we put them, because guess what? It's not no damn devil underground. Guess what? The devil's at your damn job, signing checks, human resources, owning all these buildings. He's the head of Edomite supremacy.
That's right. Constantly deceiving you.
Yeah.
Because that's what the word devil means, for those of you who don't know that. Yeah.
That's right, brother.
Now, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. The Lord is saying right there, it's like, none of you are even taking into consideration as to what's being laid out in front of you. For a lot of you to say we all need to come together and stuff, none of you really don't want to even come to reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're hitting you with that logic and common sense all day.
Yeah.
We're letting you know, like, hey man, we need to truly come together, call on the Lord.
Yeah.
But our people can no longer do that. That's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of our people. This is and those 2/3 are even the ones who claim to be Israel, but are really not teaching the truth too.
That's right. Out here trying to be cute and trying fear the eyes of men. That is what you read. That you sitting there fearing what man think. Look, man, go preach the truth. Grow your beard if you can. Do what you got to do in the society, man. Just keep it lawful, man, and rehearse the righteous acts.
Abide by the basic, simple law, statutes, and commandments, man. Yeah. You know, we tell you about the pork and growing your beard if you can, that type of stuff, man.
The lineups.
You know what I'm saying? Stop lining your hair up.
Yeah.
You know, but once again, a lot of you can't do that. The biggest thing I see with mainly like the southern tribe, man, like Judah, whoa. Man, they can't go without getting a haircut, man. Yeah. I tell you that with my own peoples I grew up with, man. I'm wolfing. Man, I need to get a haircut, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to school. I ain't going to work. They just, I ain't stepping out that door.
Yeah. Bro, you can get a cold ass haircut with no lineup. You can eat some of the best food that's not abominable.
That's right.
You can get how I state this. I mean, you can get a woman to your liking who's not involved with somebody. You don't have to, be the man, quote unquote, and get another man's sloppy seconds. Why don't you get you a woman who ain't been claimed?
That's right.
You got women out here lonely as hell, bad as hell, and you plotting on Sheila who worked next to you. She been married for 10 years. Man, she talking about her man ain't treating her right. So I'm a bro, no.
And y'all listen to that dang on R&B music type nonsense. Yeah. We just think you're gonna snatch a chick up and stuff, man. But anyway, a lot of you, man, are die, man. You're just gonna have to die. Y'all not even listening to. You can't even listen to reason.
That's right, brother.
When we tell a lot of you, man, stop spreading false information out there.
That's right.
When it comes even to our apostles and elders, if you're gonna make your arguments, by all means, make your arguments.
Yeah.
And for you wacky tacky Christians, you've already lost this battle. This is why y'all so hurt right now. This is why it's killing you.
That's right.
It's demanded the power, the real. This is showing you the real power of the Lord, man, right now, man.
That's right. So when all hell breaks loose, for those who want to change the doctrine, who were once a part of GMS, for you other groups who wanted to change the doctrine according to the name, the Lord gonna visit you, and you wacky tacky Christians, you're gonna be destroyed off top. And then 2/3 of our people who didn't sit at the council and not at the reproof, you're gonna get
That's right. Con. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
The Most High gonna be pointing a finger at you. They're gonna be pointing a finger at you. When you see somebody trip, like somebody say some water on the ground, and it's just gonna be funny as hell. Even though your ass in pain and suffering, hey,
the Lord has a sense of humor too.
Yeah.
Just so you know, so when it's time for you to run in total fear, when World War III kicks off, when these diseases, just like back in, once again, this is a repeat of everything you've continually read about from the time of Egypt,
that's right,
Babylon, all these other empires that have come into power.
That's right.
It's going to happen again right here before your very eyes.
That's right, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is saying in verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
That's right.
I can bring up one of the most simple things. You got a Center for Disease Control.
That's right.
Not cure, like one of the brothers said in LA one time. He said, not a cure, but control.
Yeah.
These people are constantly poisoning you. You're being poisoned right now with your water.
That's right.
It ain't just Flint, Michigan.
That's right.
It's all throughout the U.S., man.
That's right. That's right, brother.
That's how dumbed down a lot of you are, man.
That's right. 100%.
Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. A lot of all that Yahweh, Yah,
Ahaya, Sharahaya.
God, the Lord is not going to hear that.
That's right.
You know, we've been giving y'all the name this whole time, so you will never say that you never heard it. You don't know what it is.
That's right, brother.
You know, they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So a lot of them, man, even when it's coming down to the wire, like a lot of you are going to be like, you know what, man? I think we need to come to reason now.
That's right.
It's going to be too late because it's going to be a famine of the word as prophesied according to the scriptures.
That's right, brother.
You know what I'm saying? People going to be out here trying to survive by then.
Yep. That's right.
You know, and the Lord is just, man, it's going to be terrible out here.
That's right, brother.
It's gonna be crazy. A lot of you truly need to wake up, man. And I mean, as for you 2/3, of course you're not gonna wake up, but you know, just making the point. But it's just like you see it, either you understand this or you don't.
Yep.
We here for the elect and the third of Israel, man.
That's right. That's right, brother.
You know, closing out, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all you brothers out there preaching this truth and sincerity. Well, preaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.
Shalom.